everybody! I'm Arglefump, and this is Francy Droo and the Mystery of the Missing Mother-in-Law! So this is the first Francy Droo game made by Oa Rock Studios. This is a fun game, I like it. I wrote the game, I did all the artwork too, but it's still an awesome game. I know I'm biased in favor of it, but it should be a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy it here. Let's get started. This dress looks perfect for the wedding tomorrow, doesn't it? I guess. Katie, something wrong? Are you sure it's a good idea for you to be a bridesmaid? Of course it is. This is gonna be fun. It's just that, you know... What? Well, bad things tend to happen whenever you're around. This is Francy Droo, sassy teenage detective. I have no idea what you're talking about. Really? You don't remember the mystery at the park last week? Or the time I was kidnapped by a teacup poodle enthusiast? And in this game, we get to make various choices. So, can we say, well, Katie, you're just really scared of poodles. Or, well, maybe I am just a bad luck magnet. Or, those were just coincidences. Let me see. I think I'm going to pick the first option. Yeah, this is Katie. Katie is Francy's best friend. And companion, helps her solve some mysteries. I think she helps. Yeah. Katie helps solve this mystery too because Katie's awesome. It's not my fault you're scared of poodles. How could anyone not be terrified by poodles? They're so creepy with their sharp teeth and tiny ears. I told you 100 times already. The poodle lady wasn't trying to kidnap you. She just wanted you to watch one of her talks for a minute. I love the expression on Katie's face. It's hilarious. A likely story. Anyway, you should be used to me stopping criminals by now. I'm a detective. But, look, I'm sure nothing bad will happen at the wedding. And if it does, you can be the backup bridesmaid, okay? Okay! I really love those sound effects, too. Those are cool. Woo! Fancy animation of the sun setting. Okay, so this is the next day. Francy, thank God you're here. Sorry I'm late. You know I know you wanted the bridesmaids to arrive earlier, but my hair... Forget the bridesmaid stuff. I need you as a detective. What? I knew it. Something bad happened. Katie, shh. I'll do my best to help Clorinda. What's wrong? My mom's been kidnapped! What? Dun, 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 dun.
Francy Droo and the Mystery of the Missing Mother-in-Law.
Woo! So, this is cool. So, Katie and Francy have different hairstyles, for the main game. So this is what their hair looks like for most of the game. You might notice Katie's wearing a slightly different outfit, but not Francy. Okay, so the mother-in-law is missing. I bet the groom did it. No way. I mean, sure, he's been really annoyed at how mom is taking control of the wedding, but he'd never go so far as to kidnap her. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Okay, so, tell us what happened. Tell me what happened. I was here with my mom in the bride's room, getting ready for the wedding. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So the voice of Francy was provided by Diana Gray. She's on YouTube, Ace Fangirl. I stopped out for a few minutes to use the bathroom. By the time I got back, she was gone. That doesn't prove she's been kidnapped. Okay, people are wondering, okay, why is she upset? Well, her mom is the mother-in-law, so it's her mom that was kidnapped. That's why she's upset. Yeah, maybe she just got lost or something. That's not all. Just after she disappeared, I found this! I am so happy your wedding day is finally here. I wish you all the happiness my own love could. So this is our first puzzle. So what is wrong with this message? What is wrong with this message? Is it the lettering, the spelling, or the ending? Notice how the ending is totally messed up. And the lettering is kind of weird too. We have random capitals. And the spelling is just kind of terrible. Like, finally and happiness are both misspelled. So which one? I do love the hearts in the background. Those are great. So somebody says, let's check the spelling. The spelling, she spelled happiness and finally wrong. That's because Mom is horrible at spelling. Oh, let me try again. Okay, people are saying turn the volume down. Is that turning the volume down? Did that work? Okay, so the end of the note. Oh man, somebody figured out the mystery. Yep. She capitalized certain letters. H-E-L-P. Help me! Yes, the capital letters spell out help me. Oh my gosh, you're right. Mom's in danger. What are we gonna do? The wedding's in an hour. Don't worry, Clorinda. Francy Droo is officially on the case. Yay! Yay! Okay, so let's see. Francy needs to start her investigation by searching the room. Let's see if there are clues in this room besides a note. Good idea. I'll search left, you girls search right. Rummaging sounds. Yeah, I had no idea what to have as the background of a bride's room. I didn't know what to do for the bride's room, so I figured hearts everywhere. And I don't know if it's obvious that this is a carpet. We've got a pink carpet. That's what it's supposed to be, at least. And that's a door with a heart on it. That heart is bigger than the door. I found something! Good job. What is it? I think it's a speech for the wedding reception. Wow, there's some embarrassing stuff in here. Well, that's pretty common. Is it common? I don't know. I feel like it's common for people to make silly jokes at wedding speeches. But, you know, at my wedding, my parents did not run the wedding speech by me ahead of time. They wanted it to be a surprise. No, I mean, these are really embarrassing stories. There's a thing about the time Clorinda's purple pajamas. Ah, give me that! This is horrible. Why would Mom write about that? Yeah, so with the art in the background, I obviously did it in a different way as I did the character art. I wanted the backgrounds to be super simplistic, so they have a bunch of really thick lines and very basic shapes. That's on purpose. Also, it's a lot easier to draw like a background that's not super complicated with lots of details. So let's talk to Clorinda. Clorinda, I have a few questions for you. I think your mom's fine. It's possible it's a misunderstanding. It is? Maybe your mom got an urgent phone call and had to leave the room. There are no signs of a struggle, so it's unlikely somebody took her by force. How do you explain the note? Maybe it's a prank? Or maybe her secret message wasn't help me. It was help Melvin with the catering! She just didn't have enough room to write the whole thing. Yeah, that's possible. And people are asking, what's that pajama story? I do wonder what the pajama story is. So, an embarrassing story about Clorinda and her pink pajamas when she was a little kid. I hope Mom's okay, but I'd still like you to find her. Please? Of course I will. I'm your bridesmaid. So how are you feeling, Clorinda? Awful. The wedding's been difficult enough as it is, and now this happens. There have been other problems with the wedding. My maid of honor came down with food poisoning this morning, and she can't make the ceremony. There was a shipping error, so one of the decorations just didn't show up. And we can't use the parking lot because somebody blocked it off. Ugh, tell me about it. We had to park 2 blocks away. Maybe the wedding's cursed. I don't believe in curses. I think you're just having bad luck. Does it matter? Either way, we only have an hour before the wedding starts. If there's even gonna be a wedding. I love Clorinda's eyeshadow. How could you not love it? Poor Clorinda. She looks so sad. Have you told anyone else about what happened? I just discovered Mom's disappearance a few minutes ago. I doubt there's anyone to tell, really. Nobody's here besides for me, George, and the priest. The priest? Father Andrew, you'll like him. He really knows his stuff. Francy knows her stuff too. She'll solve this mystery. Any suspects? Like a crazy ex-boyfriend or something? Oh my gosh, I love how she closes her eyes. Take a look at that. Love the eyeshadow. Double layer. The only guy I can think of is Paul, but he moved to Ohio 2 years ago. Nobody's heard from him since. That makes him unlikely. Any other suspects? I believe Paul the programmer was actually in Ohio when this was written. I'm sorry, I can't think of anybody who'd want to kidnap my mother. She doesn't have any enemies. I don't know who'd want to ruin our wedding. If you think of any suspects, let me know, okay? Okay. I can't think of anything else to ask her. Next, I should go elsewhere. I think we should go somewhere else. Right, you should probably talk to George. He's in the groom's room. So the way this game is programmed is you start off in Clorinda's room, then you go to the groom's room, then you go to the priest's room. You know, now looking back at it, maybe we should have made it so that you could visit any area you want in the order you want, but I don't know, we made this game pretty simple. Okay, so Katie is gonna stay here while Francy investigates the groom. Hello there, I remember you. You're the new bridesmaid, right? Right, I'm Francy Droo. I'm George. I'm the one getting married, but you already know that. Aw, man. So that in the background, that's supposed to be like suits for the groomsmen and stuff like that. What brings you over here? I actually still have my wedding suit in like that plastic bag hanging in my closet right now. So yeah. It's a lot easier than like having to dry clean a suit, right? Because I don't know how to iron a suit either. It's about Clorinda's mom. Let me guess. She's making more last-minute changes to the wedding reception. I love Clorinda, but her mother is insufferable. It'd make everything a lot easier if she just disappeared. Yeah, this was only our second game, so you could argue we didn't really know what we were doing. We learned a lot of new things while making this game. Actually, Clorinda's mother has been kidnapped. There's reason to believe she's been kidnapped. Oh, Paul still has the socks from my wedding. The free socks. Oh, okay. They were free, might as well keep them, right? What? Kidnapped? She disappeared, leaving behind a note that says, "Help me." Oh dear, that's not good. And I believe you just said your life would be easier if she disappeared? I didn't mean it like that! I'm not best friends with Clorinda's mother, but I'd never kidnap her. Do you have any proof? Who died and made you the chief of police? This game was programmed in RenPy. So that's it's a visual novel engine. It involves Python. We'll see a Python puzzle in just a moment. I don't appreciate being accused of felonies on my wedding day. I'll have you know I spent the last half hour trying to decode these ridiculous seating notes. Seating notes? Yes, for the wedding reception. Clorinda's mother decided she didn't like our seating chart. She made up a list of demands and threw them at us last night. Here, see if you can figure out where she wants to put everyone. I'm giving up. So this is similar to the puzzle in Francy Droo Haunting a Castle Malloy, where we also need to figure out where everybody sits at the wedding. I just loved writing these things, though. It's like, Clorinda, your father and I are sitting at the table next to you, and that's final. Uncle Steve hates Aunt Helen, so he has to sit at the rightmost table. Separate your cousins or else they'll get drunk and it'll be chaotic. The people on each side of the table must be seated alphabetically. It's traditional. Darlene needs her emotional support friend, Violet. Clorinda's bridesmaid insists on bringing her annoying friend, Katie. Have her sit next to Francy, okay? No one else can stand her. Anyway, your problem now. Figure out where everybody goes and then I'll talk with you. Okay, so this here is that Python puzzle. So it was programmed in Python. I can't believe Amy's still single. Put her across from Craig. Maybe the two of them will get the hint. Grandpa John and Grandma Eloise are married, so they should be sitting across from each other. Same for Uncle Joe and Aunt Mary. Only women go in the top row. So, So let's see, I thought, like, one version of this game, we had, like, the women, like, a different colored, so instead of green, they would be, like, we would make them blue and white, blue. Like, the men would be blue and the women would be red. Yeah, Clorinda's mom is just a hater. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Clorinda, George, Francy, and Ralph go in the middle, and the women go on top, so that means, Clorinda... They go on top, and it's alphabetical. So it's Clorinda left of Francy. So who else was there in the middle? It was George and Ralph. So Ralph and George, if they're both on the bottom, and it's alphabetical, it's George and then Ralph. Clue number whatever says that Katie needs to sit next to Francy because nobody else can stand her. Clorinda's father are at the table. Okay, so mom and dad... are going to be at the table right next to Clorinda. So, we've got Mother Carla and then Father Luke. Are they going to be directly next to her or just right next to her? And here I'll move the cousins into place because there's some rule about the cousins being at separate tables. Yep. So the way to... you know, if you get the answer wrong, like 3 times in a row, the game will just let you skip the puzzle. So Uncle Steve hates Aunt Helen. He has to sit at the rightmost table with Mike. Okay, so Steve and Mike, Uncle Steve and Mike are going to be on the right. And Mike's going to be left. Okay, so Aunt Helen has to be as far away from him as possible. Oh, men at the bottom, though. So what, okay, we're at the table directly next to you, and that's final. Darlene needs to be next to Violet for emotional support. So, Darlene and Violet go together. Well, this is the only spot where we have 2 empty spaces for women, so Darlene and Violet are going to go there. Yeah, I can solve my own puzzles. Amy is across from Craig. Well, Amy and Craig can't be here. I guess Amy and Craig could be here. Would that work to have Amy and Craig there? Because that would obey the alphabetical rule. Okay, Grandpa John and Grandma Eloise, Uncle Joe and Aunt Mary. So Grandma and Grandpa. Let's see. Is it gonna be something like this? And then Aunt Mary. Yeah, it's gonna have to be like this because E comes before H and then M comes after K. So that's how you know that we need Aunt Mary there with Katie and Aunt Eloise there with Aunt Helen. Men on the bottom, though. Did I mess up the men on the bottom somewhere? Uncle Steve! Where is Uncle Steve? Yes. And then Ted can't be here with Joe. Frank has to be there with Joe because it's alphabetical, so Ted has to come here. Let's check this answer. Done. You figured it out? Yes. Great, thank you so much. Wow, first try. Woo! Oh, yeah, a lot of those names are Nancy Drew characters, I guess. Eloise, Frank, yeah, Nancy Drew has an Aunt Eloise. Frank and Joe Hardy are the Hardy Boys. Uncle Steve was the character in Nancy Drew Secrets Can Kill Remastered. Sorry for sniping at you before. I'm a little stressed out today. Some of the names had to be changed around, yeah. Well, what do you want to talk to me about? So one of the biggest name changes is Clorinda. Her name in the original version is Beth, I believe. Beth the Bride and George the Groom. I was very lazy coming up with those names, but we changed it to Clorinda. So, we can talk to him about... Let's search the room. Can I search the room? Why? To look for clues, of course. So here's the punishment. If you don't solve that puzzle, you can only pick one of these things. But if you solve the puzzle, you can select all of them. Can I search the room? Why? Look for clues. Sorry, detective. There's nothing interesting here besides the priest's old ID. Yeah, it said he was going to St. Commenticius ceremony 3 years ago. Tell me about yourself, George. Is there anything important I should know? I'm getting married today. Besides that, I mean. You haven't been married, have you? No, I haven't. You don't understand. We've been planning the wedding for 9 months now. It's completely taken over my life. I can barely focus on anything else at this point. So you're saying the wedding is a little overwhelming? Absolutely. What sort of relationship do you have with Clorinda's mother? A tense one. She's just so crazy and controlling, especially with the wedding and everything. What do you mean? She's been telling us what we can and can't do for months now. Did you know she took 10 people off the invitation list without telling us about it? She even fired one of Clorinda's bridesmaids last week. What? I didn't hear about that. Oops. Pretend you didn't hear that. Clorinda asked me not to tell anyone. Well, that explains why I was made a bridesmaid without much warning. What do you think of Clorinda? I love her, obviously. I want to spend the rest of my life with her. So there are no problems between the two of you? I didn't say that. I can't stand the way she always leaves huge messes in the kitchen. But I can live with it. Love has a way of overcoming all problems, you know? Even if one of those problems is a controlling mother-in-law. Stop trying to accuse me of the kidnapping. I'm innocent. That remains to be seen. Like I said earlier, the mother-in-law was kidnapped. I'm trying to figure out who did it. I think you'll find this mystery easier than most. What do you mean? All the doors to the church are locked. Nobody can get in or out. That means the kidnapper is still in here. Yes, we've got a closed room mystery. Wait, that's not true. When Katie and I arrived, the front door was unlocked. Really? That's strange. The door should be locked. Maybe you should ask Pastor Andrew about that. Still, I want to know... Francy! Katie, what are you doing here? Someone just delivered a note to the bride's room. What? Let me see. If you want to see Carla again, stop the wedding! Ah! Oh Oh no! That's awful! What is this? A threat? Looks like it. So this is just like the threatening message in Nancy Drew #3, Message in a Haunted Mansion. Stop the wedding! Carla Gomez is Clorinda's mother. Let's examine this note some more. Yeah, I think everybody's trapped inside here until the wedding is finished. Oh, I love George's haircut. Okay. Well, at least there's one good thing about this. What? This clears me of all suspicion. After all, I couldn't have delivered that note. I've been here talking to you the whole time. That's true. But what do we do now? Do we stop the wedding? No, I'm not stopping my wedding because of some kidnapper. The wedding will go on, with or without Clorinda's mother. I'm not sure that's a smart idea. I am. Anyway, I should be preparing. Thank you for all your help. Thank you. Anything for one of Clorinda's bridesmaids. George seems determined not to stop the wedding. I can't help but feel he's hiding something. I don't even remember this background. What? Are they in a hallway? I think that's supposed to be a hallway with wavy lines as opposed to straight lines. I wanted to make it stylistic. You think he's a kidnapper? Maybe. We shouldn't rule anyone out at this point. What do you want to do now? If George is right about the locked doors, nobody's here except him, Clorinda's mom, and the priest. I think our next step is to talk to the priest. Makes sense to me. You're the priest, Father Andrew, correct? Oh yeah, we have this really detailed angel picture in the background. Woohoo! I prefer Pastor Andrew, but Father Andrew is fine. Who are you? I'm Francy Droo, and this is my friend, Katie. Hi! I want to ask you a few questions about Clorinda's mother. Oh dear, is this about the argument? No, this is about Clorinda's mother. She disappeared without telling anyone where she went. Oh dear, that's not good. We think she's been kidnapped. I doubt it. She probably had an errand or two to run. I'm sure she'll return before the wedding. What makes you say that? Experience. I've done weddings for the past 5 years. I do love Father Andrew's mustache. Yes, it is amazing. Let's just say this isn't the first time someone's gotten cold feet. Usually that applies to the bride or the groom. Can I talk with you for a moment? Normally I'd say yes, but I'm a little busy right now. Someone gave me a list of rules for the songs we're doing at the wedding. Clorinda's mom strikes again. We can help you figure out what songs you need. You can? That'd be a big help. This looks simple enough. It does? Yeah, I bet you can solve it easily. Oh, it's another puzzle. Gee, thanks, Katie. Okay, so all I ask of you, forever and always, with this ring, I thee red. I think those are made-up songs. Which song is Wedding March? Dun, 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 dun. That's Wedding March. Power of Love is the song from Back to the Future. And then Ave Maria. Ave Maria. It's like that. Okay, so Ave Maria is 5th. I do like how all the music, I like this puzzle, just the things snap into place. I love it. Okay, so I love with this ring, I thee wed. That's not the finale. So songs starting with A come in the second half. So all I ask of you has got to be somewhere here in the second half. Power of Love is after Forever and Always. Each half has one song that starts with W, so W's got to be here. It says, with this ring, I thee red, can't be the finale. So that means all I ask of you is probably going to be the finale. Right? I think that's it. So 1... Yeah, I think that's it. Do you have it? Yep, here you go. Perfect. Thank you so much. So, what do you want to talk about? We can search the room. Let's look for clues. Why? There's nothing here. Doesn't hurt to try. Is there anything missing? Or... Wait, what's on the counter there? Looks like a bracelet. I've never seen it before. Whoops, that's mine. Yours? Yes, I must have dropped it just now. Thanks for finding it. Yeah, those colors don't look like they work with you, Katie. Are you lying, Katie? I don't think so. Okay, so let's ask about this church locking the doors. Did you lock the church this morning? Because it was unlocked when we got here. I locked it when they arrived. Unlocked it to let the groom in. Other than that, the doors should be locked. What if somebody opened the doors from the inside? Well, in that case, anybody could be let in. I suppose I should check on the doors now. The guests will arrive soon. Is there anything else you want? You mentioned some sort of argument? Yes, not too long ago, I heard angry shouts coming from the bride's room. It sounded like Carla's voice. What did she say? It's harsh, something along the lines of, I'm paying for this wedding, so you'd better do what I say, or else. Definitely clues hidden underneath that mustache, yes. Who is she fighting with? I couldn't hear. You couldn't? I didn't hear, I should say. As soon as I heard the yelling, I walked away from the area. It's rude to overhear other people's arguments, you know. Darn, I was hoping you could tell us who the kidnapper is. So you've been doing marriages for a long time? Do they always have this many problems? Problems are to be expected. No marriage goes perfectly, you understand. I have to admit the wedding's having more problems than most. Could it be sabotage? I doubt it. Who'd want to sabotage the wedding? It could be a suspect nobody's considered yet. Like the father-in-law! Katie, let's not make this mystery any more complicated than it needs to be. Well, thank you for answering my questions, Father. It was my pleasure. Okay, yeah, so somebody said it looks like they're standing in front of giant French fries. French fries sounds good right now. Hey, Francie, do you think the church doors were open when the kidnapper took Clorinda's mom outside? Possible. I've got it! You do? You figured out who the kidnapper is? If my hunch is correct, yes. Quick, get everyone together in the bride's room! We've got a mystery to solve. Of course, we need a dramatic finale where everyone's together in the room, everyone's together here all at once, while Francie accuses the culprit. Okay, I'm here. You know it's bad luck for the groom to see his bride before the wedding, right? This is slightly more important than a silly superstition. Yeah, at my wedding, you know, I saw the bride. We saw each other for like the hour before the wedding rather than her being locked inside her room. Are you saying you've solved the mystery? Yes, I have. That's a relief. Well, of course, Katie and I also, my wife's Katie. Silly Katie the friend is named after my wife. But yeah, my wife and I walked down the aisle together, so it would have been impossible for us to not see each other before the wedding because we had to stand in back together. Bad news, Francie, the guests are starting to arrive. If you've got a plan, you better do it quickly. Don't worry, this won't take long. As you all know, Clorinda's mother was kidnapped not too long ago. I'm proud to say I figured out the kidnapper's identity. And even if I'm guessing randomly, I get 3 chances to solve the mystery. Still, I should save my game here, just in case. Okay, save my game. Oh yeah, okay, and my friend Paul's saying, yep, they took wedding photos before the wedding, and so he saw his bride before the wedding, and so we just did not pay any attention to the superstition that the bride and groom can't see each other. Okay, are we ready? Yes! Who's the culprit? I report, you decide! Let's have some votes here in the live stream chat. Let's have some votes. Who do you think the culprit is? We have 132 people watching right now. Surely one of you knows who the culprit could be. Yeah, this is great. So, not only do you get to pick the culprit, I think there's a separate ending for each one of them. Katie and Katie. Oh, and I love this. The characters get mad at you when you frown. Doing the artwork for this was like super impossible, though. Okay, and here's why. Okay, so why is Katie the culprit? Was she jealous? Was she bored? Was she trying to do it out of a sense of spite? Or does Katie have a misguided sense of social equality? So this is the puzzle. It's like you have to pick the correct motive to fit with Katie. It's Katie's jawline, obviously. Yes. No. Let's see what the other things. Okay. We have all the other characters have reasons. So spite, and bored.
It was you!
Katie kidnapped a mother-in-law out of spite. Spite? Yes, that's because Katie is George's ex-girlfriend. What? You're that Katie? The one with the irrational fear of poodles? It's not irrational! And sorry, Francy, but I'm not George's old girlfriend. That's wrong on multiple levels. Why? Because I'm his long-lost sister! What? George has a sister? Just kidding. Katie, now's not the time for jokes. It isn't? I thought we were having a contest to see who could say the most ridiculous thing. After all, you accuse me of kidnapping. That's just a silly joke, right? Right. Okay, that wasn't the right answer. I could try again 2 more times, though. So, she was bored.
It was you!
Yeah, we only have a little bit of voice acting in this game. The sequel has far more voice acting. Katie is the kidnapper. What? Why would you accuse me, Francy? Because this is totally the kind of trouble you get into whenever you're bored. Really, Francy? Is that the best you've got? Darn, I was hoping Katie would take the fall for this crime. That way I could keep my reputation as a super detective. I have no idea who kidnapped Clarinda's mother. Oh well, there's no harm in guessing randomly until I get it right. 1 guess left. Let's do Katie and social equality.
It was you!
Katie kidnapped your mother out of a misguided sense of social equality. She thought ruining the wedding would make the world a better place. After all, most people believe that marriage is joining 2 hearts together in love. And that's offensive to people who have had heart surgery! Not to mention people have had heart transplants. Yeah, can you still fall in love after you have a heart transplant? Questions, deep philosophical questions. Why can't they get married too? Francy, in conclusion, we must destroy the illusion that marriage is heart-based. That's the only way society can progress to a better future. Where love is seen as an act of the will, not an emotion, passion, or desire. Francy! What? What is it? I didn't kidnap anyone to make a statement about society. Oh, were you trying to make a political statement? No, I didn't kidnap anyone, period. You're innocent. Of course, I am. How could you doubt your best friend, Francy? Right! I knew you were innocent all along, Katie. Okay, this is awkward. And unfortunately... Guesses left 0.
Oh, man.
Explosion. Yes. That's it. I've had enough of this. Me too. You have no idea who the kidnapper is, do you? No, I can figure it out. Just give me one more chance. You already had 3 chances. You're a failure of a detective. I don't want you as a bridesmaid anymore. No, I can still solve the mystery. Help me out here, Katie. Sorry, Francie. I agree with them. Pastor Andrew, can you take Francie outside? She's no longer welcome at our wedding. Of course. Please come with me, Miss Droo. No! No! So, now that you have an open space for a bridesmaid, can I volunteer? Very subtle, Katie.
Hey, give me a break.
You unlocked the bad ending. Francie was unable to catch the culprit. Maybe she messed on the motive or didn't find the right evidence. But don't worry, you can play the game. Try it again. One of 5 endings. Get all 5 endings to unlock the secret ending. And we got this sticker that says, nice try, as a result of getting the bad ending. Aw, man. Okay, so it looks like we have an ending for each of the culprits. So one of the reasons is a good reason, and 3 of the reasons are fake reasons. So that's the puzzle, figuring out which of the 4 reasons is correct. So why is Katie the culprit? Jealousy.
It was you.
Katie's the kidnapper. What? Why would you accuse me, Francie? I'm your best friend. Exactly, you're jealous. Jealous that I get to be the bridesmaid while you don't. That's not true. Do you think I forgot what you said yesterday? You practically begged me to quit. There's also the fact that your bracelet is the same color as the bridesmaids' dresses. Okay, fine, I admit it. I lost my bracelet when I kidnapped Carla. I'm jealous of you, okay? I never get any attention when you're around. So yes, I kidnapped a mother-in-law. If I can't be a bridesmaid, no one can! Where is she? Where is my mother? She's at the burger restaurant downtown. What? Yeah, I gave her a free coupon. She ran off to get some food. She's probably getting some burgers flipped by our friend Kreger's. There's a burger restaurant at the start of the second Francy Droo game. That's what I'm referring to. She said something, planning a wedding is hungry work. I guess it technically doesn't count as kidnapping, but it's the best I could come up with. Katie. You're a real idiot sometimes. I know, I'm sorry. Can I still attend the wedding? No! Frowny face. Katie ending.
I did it. I solved the mystery.
You unlocked the Katie mystery. The Katie ending. Francie needs to seriously consider getting a new best friend. And now we get a Katie sticker. Do you want to see the rest of the game? Should I accuse one of the other characters? Who should I accuse next? Should I accuse George the groom, Clorinda the bride, or Father Andrew? Lots of reasons here. So George, he could have hated the embarrassing stories. He could be secretly in love with Carla. Maybe she threatened not to pay for the wedding, and George, maybe he didn't want to get married. So Clorinda's reasons. She threatened not to pay for the wedding. You don't want to get married. She's gonna tell embarrassing stories about you. She isn't your real mom. So it looks like some of these are the same, right? No paying for the wedding, not wanting to get married, embarrassing stories. Okay, Clorinda, priest, Clorinda, George. Okay, which reason is it? Why is Clorinda, why would she kidnap her own mother?
It was you!
Clorinda's the kidnapper. Me? Why would I kidnap my own mother? She isn't your real mom. What? You found out that Carla isn't your real mother and you got furious. So furious, in fact, that you kidnapped her. Where on earth did you get such a crazy idea? Katie came up with the theory. I saw it on a TV show once! You are 100% wrong. My mom is my mom and I did not kidnap her. So much for Katie's idea. I'm not gonna give up though, I'm trying again. After all, I've got 2 guesses left. So what's the real reason why Clorinda might have kidnapped her mother? Do. Embarrassing stories.
It was you!
Clorinda's the kidnapper. Me? Why would I kidnap my own mother? I saw the look on your face when you pretended to be surprised by your mother's speech, Clorinda. You saw it earlier, didn't you? You knew she planned on embarrassing you. Oh no, she's got serious eyebrows. Same thing with the note she wrote. You knew about it the whole time. You just pretended not to in order to cast suspicion off of yourself. That's not true. I didn't want to tell her that story, but you're the only person with motive, means, and opportunity, Clorinda. You have to be the kidnapper. Okay, I admit it. I kidnapped my own mother. I didn't know what to do, okay? I want this wedding to go perfectly, and she's gonna ruin everything. That doesn't justify kidnapping your own mother. I know, and I'm sorry. I'm not. What? Your mother's been a thorn in my side for months now. If the only way we could get married is without her blessing, I say we do it. Then you're not mad? No, of course not. I mean, we'll probably have to cancel the reception now, but who cares? I love you and I'm gonna marry you. That's all that matters. Oh, George, I love you too. Oh, the smile on her face. All right, you two, no kissing. Save it for the wedding. I take it the wedding's back on then? Yes!
I did it! I solved the mystery!
Yay! You unlocked the Clorinda ending. Despite the problems with Clorinda's mother, the wedding continues as planned. I believe this is the official ending, unless I'm mistaken. Maybe the George ending is the official one. Let's find out. Yeah, when did this game come out? Did this game come out when I was planning my own wedding? In which case, who could the mother-in-law be based on? I don't know. I don't know.
It was you!
Let's do the silly one for George here. George is a kidnapper. Me? You're crazy. Why would I kidnap Clorinda's mother? Because you're secretly in love with her. What? You're in love with Clorinda's mother. You kidnapped her so the two of you could get married. Admit it! Clorinda? You didn't tell me your bridesmaid is crazy! I think that was supposed to be a joke. That was a joke, right? Right, haha. I've only got 2 guesses left. Better make them count. Okay, what reason could it be? Why did George actually kidnap the mother-in-law? Do. Ah, yes. My mother and my mother-in-law are both very sweet, nice people. Yes, and I would never kidnap them during my wedding. Yeah, the priest does look like Neil deGrasse Tyson, doesn't he? Total coincidence, I think, though. It is a total coincidence. It was basically, I messed up the artwork for George, and so I switched to who George and the priest was. So I messed up George's fancy shirt. Threatened not to pay. Yes.
It It was you!
Yeah, this very fancy outfit that George was wearing. I kind of messed up his outfit, and so I'm like, okay, then this is going to be the priest instead. So, yeah. Me, you're crazy. Why would I kidnap Clorinda's mother? Father Andrew overheard the two of you arguing, you know. And so this is another thing. If we didn't talk to Father Andrew about this argument, we wouldn't be able to we wouldn't be able to say this. We wouldn't be able to prove George's guilt. So that's why it's important to go through all the evidence. If you don't get all the evidence, you can't capture the culprits. Clorinda's mother threatened not to pay for the wedding. She did? That's horrible. Not as horrible as kidnapping someone. George, is it true? Did you kidnap my mother? All right, admit it. I'm the one who kidnapped her. She'd been bothering us for so long, and when she threatened me, I just snapped. I'm sorry, all right? I didn't mean to do it. It just happened. I don't believe this. Where is she? What did you do to her? I locked her in the hotel room. She's there now. I'm gonna go get her. But wait, what about the wedding? I don't think there's going to be a wedding. Not anymore, George. Clorinda, wait! There's one thing I don't understand. If George is the culprit, how did he send the threatening note while he was talking to you? He probably had the best man send it. Are people calling George Gaston because he looks like Gaston? Again, total coincidence, not something that was intended. No one kidnaps mothers-in-law like Gaston. Oh yeah, I thought it was weird we never saw any of his groomsmen. They were too busy helping with the kidnapping, I suppose. I must say, this was a surprising turn of events. I suppose I should congratulate you, Francy Droo. You managed to solve the mystery. Thank you, Pastor Andrew. Although I feel kind of bad there's not going to be a wedding anymore. It's like I said yesterday, bad things tend to happen whenever you're around. I suppose so.
I did it! I solved the mystery!
You unlocked the George's ending. Clorinda's mother is safe, but now the wedding's been called off. Good thing you discovered the truth about George before the wedding happened. Yeah, so the official ending was that one where Clorinda kidnapped her mother, but Clorinda and George get married and live happily ever after anyway. Okay, last one. Last one. So Pastor Andrew, why did he commit kidnapping? Is it because he's going to marry the mother-in-law? Is it because he can't perform weddings? Is it because he's the only one who had access to the bride's room? Or is it because he hates all married people because he's singled? Because he's single, yeah. Yeah, it's okay if Clorinda kidnaps the mother-in-law, but not if George does it. Clorinda's totally forgiving of herself, but not forgiving of George. What can I say? It just lands differently when you kidnap your own mother as opposed to somebody else kidnapping your mother. Access to the room, and then marry the mother-in-law. Okay, let's do both of them first.
It was you!
Oh, you want to have a wedding, all right. You want to marry Clorinda's mother. You kidnapped her and forced her into marrying you. It's true, it's true. I always kidnap people and make them marry me. I'm such a horrible, horrible person. Please forgive me, Francy Droo. And that's how I solved the mystery. Okay, not really. That was a joke. I still have 2 more guesses. Okay, let's try access to the room.
It was you!
It was you! Pastor Andrew's the kidnapper. Me? Why would I kidnap the mother-in-law? You're the only one with access to the church, right? Nobody else has the key. She's right. You're the only one who could have entered the building. that makes you the culprit by default. That's wrong. Everyone who works at the office has a key to the building. And besides, now that I think about it, I must have left the door unlocked accidentally. Is he telling the truth or lying to cover up his crime? Well, either way, it doesn't look like this is a good avenue for interrogation. I still have one guess. Better try something else. Okay, which one is it? He can't perform weddings or he hates weddings because he is single? Let's see, I'm scrolling back up. Hates weddings, single, hates... yeah, actually, it's the first one. Everybody's voting for it.
It was you!
Pastor Andrew's a kidnapper. Me? Why would I kidnap the mother-in-law? You're not married, so you hate weddings. Jealousy is all over your face. You get furious every time people find love together. You kidnapped Clorinda's mom, you can't deny it. I deny it, this is a ludicrous accusation. Katie, how about you leave the detective work to me next time? Oops, sorry. Wait, uh-oh.
Oh, man.
Kaboom. So we have this ending. Boo! Boo! You failed, Francy. I think this is interesting we have this, like, you're single, so that's why you hate weddings. Even though we clarified earlier that he's the kind of priest who can get married. He's Pastor Andrew, not Father Andrew. Okay, so he can't perform weddings.
It was you!
Pastor Andrew is a kidnapper. Me? Why would I kidnap the mother-in-law? You can't perform weddings, can you? What? Of course I can. No, you can't. You're not licensed. Why? I bet you're not even a real priest. Why would you say that? Because you told me you've been doing weddings for 5 years, but according to your ID card, you've only been a priest for 2 years. Ah, did anybody else pick up on that? I get it. Pastor Andrew's a fake. It's true, I'm not a real priest. These aren't even my clothes, it's just a Halloween costume. I had to kidnap Carla because she figured it out. What about the doors? I only pretended to lock and unlock the doors. I don't have keys. Now for the million-dollar question. Where's Clorinda's mother? I knocked her out and hid her in the closet. I'm sorry, I never meant for this to happen. I'll go get Mom. George, you call the police. Will do. What does this mean for the wedding? I guess the wedding will have to be canceled, since we don't have anyone to perform it.
I did it! I solved the mystery!
Oh yeah, people, yeah, somebody noticed that his name changed from Father Andrew to just plain Andrew once he admitted he wasn't really a priest. Yeah. Ooh, that mustache looks way less fancy with with an extreme close-up. You caught the culprit, but the wedding won't take place. Congratulations, you got all 5 endings! To unlock the bonus ending, click on the 5th person on the Accusations screen. Okay. So, who's the 5th person in the screen? Who's the secret culprit of the game? The secret ending. That mustache, though. Yeah, it looks great here. Looks fantastic. Do. Yeah, the Katie ending was fantastic. Yes, secret ending. Secret ending. We've got a secret ending. Who is the secret culprit? It is not the mustache, actually. Francy! Yes, now we can click on her.
It was me!
I am the culprit. What? I kidnapped your mother and hid all the evidence to frame everyone! But why? Because I am Francy Droo! If I don't have a mystery to solve, I make a mystery to solve! And you all fell for it! I had each and every one of you take the blame for the crime that I committed! I am the ultimate teenage detective! Francy's friends were able to restrain her before she could do more damage. She's currently undergoing therapy for her mystery-based psychosis. Her psychologist has high hopes for her recovery. Although he admits she still has screaming fits whenever she hears the name Sherlock Holmes. The good news is she met a nice boy named Frank Harvey while in therapy, and the two of them plan to get married next fall! Hopefully the mother-in-law won't be kidnapped this time. Yes, so Francy managed to find Frank Harvey, and they fell in love. An obvious joke reference to Frank Hardy of the Hardy Boys, because everybody thinks Nancy Drew and Frank Hardy should get married. Well, guess what? Francy Droo and Frank Harvey get married in that ending. Woo! Yeah, I kind of wish we had the chance to make a third game, because it was gonna, I think Frank was actually gonna appear in the third game, but sadly we did not. We only made 2, so I played the first game today. I'll play the next game tomorrow, so see you guys later. We'll be trying out the next game, Francy Droo and the Mystery of the Missing Mother-in-Law. That definitely feels like something Nancy Drew would do. It's like, I make mysteries to solve. Okay, so here are all our testers. Let's see, can I click on Diana's name?
Objection!
I can, yes, cool. So here are our testers. Music, sound effects, video, other assets, Dawn Hudson. Oh, okay. Wonder who she is. And then fonts. Yay! Woo! Okay, so that's officially it. Thanks for watching, Yeah, we were thinking about making a third game, but this game did not sell very well. So if you want to encourage me to make a third game, please purchase this one. It's on Steam, the Francy and Friends collection.